All right, good morning everybody, how you doing? Today is January 28th, 6:30, not quite 6:30 in the morning. I thought I would answer some of your questions with a video. I know my promise to you is to only keep it a couple minutes a week, but this is going to take maybe 5 or 10 minutes. I'm going to go through an entire morning routine and give you some examples from stages of development. So a little easier, a little harder, harder still where I'm at right now, and then beyond where I'm at. So that's what I'm going to try and do. Maybe a little embarrassing, so hang with me a little bit. So, okay, so I also have my 36-year-old mentor, TJ Pierce of Pierce Family Wellness, who's done a fantastic job of having me look like this. So he will be helping me in kind of designing and describing what's going on here today. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do plank. All right. So many of you need to work on, your lower abs, and so just to plank, you want to have your head back and your pelvic tilted here. And so we're going to go. I'm going to try and do 20 seconds per, and then show you the next stage. Okay, and then also have this part here tucked underneath, so you're not scrunched up. Try and breathe easy.
Single arm plank.
Okay, single arm plank. Oh, single arm this way?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Try and don't turn your hips around, keep your hips here.
So we're trying to say keep whatever arm is up, keep that hip to the floor. Single arm, single leg plank.
All right, same thing. Try and tuck underneath here. Pronate your hand.
Lift your back leg. And roll your top hip to the floor. There you go. Good. Single arm, single leg on a Swiss ball.
Okay, I can see this is going to be harder than I thought. Okay. So bounce, obviously. Leg out.
Yeah, nice. Good. Kneeling push-up.
Okay, that was easy. All right. So kneeling push-up, you want to turn your elbows in, pelvic tilt, and down.
Good. And think about moving only from the elbow joint. Doesn't mean other joints won't move, but that's your primary focus. Regular push-up. Good, so same thing, we're just coming up off the knees, squeezing the glutes, tucking the chin, pushing the head back. Incline push-up. Good, good. So same thing, you just got your feet up tall, squeezing the glutes, elbows in tight. And the last one is dive bomb push-ups.
Which you're gonna show me. That's the one where you go underneath?
Yeah. So feet on the ground, feet on the ground.
Okay.
Butt up in the air like a down dog. Now dive down, up and through. There you go. Yep, good. Good, one more time. Elbows in, elbows in, elbows in. Yes, good. All right, and we'll move on to the kneeling adductor stretch. So Dave's gonna come over on the mat. He's gonna kneel on one knee. And he's gonna put the other leg out as far as he can, front leg out as far as he can, and try to straighten your front leg completely. Weight on the heel, there you go. So this is a kneeling adductor and hamstring stretch. Good.
I think ultimately you're trying to get to something, where you're putting your elbow down and doing this thing here, right?
You can. There's lots of modifications for these. The main idea is just to open up the hips so that you can do lateral lunging series. And then coming up after this is going to be the Cossack lunge. Good. Dave's going to keep his eyes up, his posture up, keeping the weight in the heel of the leg that you're loading, and then shifting over to the other side Keeping the weight now in his left heel, chest up. Excellent, excellent. And then that would be followed up by overhead lateral lunges. You can use a dumbbell or kettlebells. Dave's gonna use kettlebells today. Good, and then the next step up from that, Dave's just gonna stay low as he shifts. So we'll put those back over your head.
Okay.
We're gonna drop into that low lunge, almost the exact same exercise. But now we're not gonna come up, we're just gonna glide like we're gliding across a table or a bench. There you go, yep, trying to lock the elbows out. You can see a little fatigue setting in. It's good work. Awesome, and then we go into our squat series. First exercise is just a full squat with some kind of heel support. So Dave's just gonna roll his mat up. If you have some yoga blocks, you can use that. If you have really anything, a towel is fine, just something that you're gonna put underneath your heels. And let's do this from a, yeah, perfect. And that's gonna give you a little bit more dorsal flexion at the ankle joint. It's just gonna let you squat a little deeper without putting strain into your low back. So this is it, we're just gonna come down and we're gonna hold that full squat with ankle support. The next phase is you just lose the ankle support. So it's just a full squat.
What I do also is to do this, I have to come back in order to do this. My ultimate goal is to try and be in, you know, like you've seen on the videos.
Good. And then from a full squat, once you can achieve that, you'll go into an overhead squat. So Dave's gonna grab his kettlebells again, kettlebell, dumbbell, a dowel, really anything that you're gonna hold over your head. And then from there, you drop into your squat. Good, good. We'd like to see the arms a little straighter. But again, remember this is the next step for Dave, so Dave hasn't worked on these yet. Pretty good. Let's get one more. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Great. And the last series is gonna be our bridge series. So Dave's gonna lay out on his mat.
Plan was for me to talk. That's over.
So we're gonna start with your head on the ground, your butt on the ground, arms on the side, knees bent, and we're just gonna push your hips up in the air. So this is phase one of bridging, boom, just like that. And Dave's making sure that he's got his belly pulled into his spine, so he's kind of sucking his belly in, pelvic tilting and squeezing the glutes hard. And ideally we would have it where Dave could touch his heels with his fingers. And that's gonna let you know that you're getting a decent amount of hip extension. From there, it's almost the same exercise. It's a single leg version. So he's just gonna pick a leg up. And this can be isometric, which he's doing now, where you just hold, or it can be dynamic, where he's gonna go up and down. So he's gonna put a leg up in the air, keep it up in the air while he works up and down. And that's the same for that first bridge as well. These can all be dynamic or isometric. And then the last phase is Dave's gonna work on wheel. So Dave's gonna drop his butt down, gonna plant his hands behind his head, and he's going to try to extend his entire posterior line up as high as he can. Good, good. Eventually we want to see those elbows completely locked, and we want to see Dave push his head back towards the wall between his elbows.
Yeah, so, or do that better than I did. Okay, next.
That's it. That's your one. That's the series.
Okay, guys, so morning routine. You got to get your morning routine going. Maybe it's not this. Pull from this, do something else, send me an email. Send an email to TJ via me, and we'll get you designed with something that will help you increase your strength and flexibility, and then take it to the next level. Au revoir. See ya.